Hey everyone, it's my third video of the day. I did the AoE Assassin for mod 23, and I did like my in-game trial, one that like I'm buffing up, right, for a single target. You can see that on my channel as well for mod 23 for the Assassin Rogue. I just want to go over the one single target build I run often. I don't buff up for anything. This is like I'm in Reaper, right, or a dungeon. I want to kill, like it's just like a single target boss or whatever, right? And I just want to go over it like that, right? So as you can see, I have no buffs, right? Other than campfire, that's going away. So what we got here is the exact, pretty much same setup as my end-game trial build, other than I have Mirage weapons on. You can swap out for any weapons that you choose, Lionheart, Mastercraft, right? Those are the two I would choose from. These ones are not really that good, but they're alright. They look cool, and because they're mythic. But Mastercraft, obviously the new Mastercraft is out. I haven't gained that much AD yet to purchase them, but hopefully at some point down the future I'll get the plus ones, but not anytime soon, unless something drastic happens. But same type of thing, right? So it's a literally exact setup. You can run the storytellers if you want, or any other journals, as long as you run a debuff, right? Like the Dragonbone Blades is awesome because it's account bound and it's mythic already. So every character that you make, you have a mythic debuff on it, right? It does stack with the other Dragonbone Blades, but just at reduced rate, right? So if someone else has it, it's not the end of the world, but at least you have one, right? And then you have another one for Mythalar, right? And then obviously there's other ones like Demo. Knives, right? Black Dragon, Lantern, Blast Scepter, Charm, all the fun stuff, right? So a Venom's not a good one for a single target, right? You're not going to use this other than even if you think it does more damage, it does not, right? It's not going to work. So run a debuff artifact for the group. Everyone, you'll burn things faster, especially on the dragons. The dragon hunts are happening right now, right? Just everyone run a different debuff. You'll be amazed how fast it is if you take off your envenomed. And you go from there, right? And then if you run Mastercraft, it's a lot more damage for the group as well, right? So this one is just the generic one, same type of thing. New Gristro, new Ribcage, new Vambraces, same type of artifact, right? Duelist Flurry, accuracy and recharge rate. I could switch this up if I wanted to, but one, I literally have zero. What are they called again? I forget what they're called. These things, whatever it takes to those little box thingies to upgrade. I don't have any of them. So I just have accuracy, and it's fine. Anyways, Wasteland Wanderers, you can swap out for different ones. The power boot or the standard combat advantage boots from boss is obviously the new power boots in the Dragonbone and the Dragon Hunts. And then you can run the new, if you really want to get greedy for some damage, you can, I'll buy them eventually, just to try them out. They have negative crit avoidance. These ones here, increase damage dealt by 5%, and then critical avoidance, reduces critical avoidance by 30%, right? So what is my critical avoidance right now? If you look here, my critical avoidance is 27.3, right? So I'll have negative 2.7% crit avoidance if I wear those boots. I'll try them out to see how many times if I die, and then we'll go from there, right? This changes depending on the group, right? I'm running all of the 1200 artifacts, and I'll switch up the debuff to whatever is needed. I'm running new the Pants, Defiant Dwarven Limb Pattern with the Crit Strike, the 5% combat from Dragonbone Veil, Mythalar, Band of Bear, and then the crit ring, right? The new crit ring. There's multiple rings you can run: Red Eyes Glare, Queen's Golden Opal. If you don't want to do boss and you just want to buy the rings, you definitely can. There are some decent ones in here. From the first set, you can get where is it? This one, your powers deal 3% more damage when you're 25 feet or closer. It's kind of like the Queen's Golden Opal. And then you counter powers. I would kind of stay away from here, but you definitely can try this out. But this one I think is the best one to get, right? Because it frees up some space, some 7%, right? It's a lot of crit strikes. You don't have to use buffs or anything like that. So lots of different options you can choose. So make sure you go from there, right? So what I have here, I just have dexterity, charisma, because I want the forte and recharge speed, and dexterity because I'm not buffing up, right? I want the crit severity and movement speed. You can do strength, dexterity, strength, charisma. It's up to you. But that's my endgame trial build. I do strength, charisma, right? Just because I don't need the crit severity. And as you can see here, these are my stats outside of combat. Everything's kind of solid, right, within it. If you're in a group, right, with a tutor, obviously there you go, 88.7. Crit strike will go up 17.5% because of the Christer horns and helmet, or the ribcage, and this goes up 7.5, right? So I'm like 75ish, which is all good. This is like the normal stuff, right? There's enough damage to destroy anything, anyways. Enhancements. I have Jade, 2 Jades, right, and 2 Granites, right, for power and offense, and then the crit strike. So this could change, right, depending on what you have. Then I have 2 Amethyst, and then I have just the accuracy and crit strike. I just have these because I swap, right? Like they just swap over depending on what things change and stuff like this. And then the forte, right, the Garnet. Do have movement speed on. I like going fast. You can do recharge speed would be the another great option. You can do action point gain if you want to, but the recharge speed, right, get those encounters back up and going. And then poison thorn. Powers, just because I have the Band of Air, I do Path of Blades at all times, just because it procs a lot. If you don't have the Band of Air and it's just single target, right, you can do Lashing Blade as well, right? Path of Blades is awesome because it's AoE as well, so any ads and stuff like this, you can take them down and go from there. And then Wicked Reminder and Assassinate, Duelist Ability number 1, and then I do Cloud of Steel just if I can't get close to the boss or anything, I can just throw these at them and do a little bit of damage. Whirlwind of Blades for AoE, I never really use it for most normal settings, but it's just there for the emergency moments. And then Shotgun Execution, right? Invisible Infiltrator, you're able to do stealth twice, and this stacks twice, right? So you have this one doesn't stack; it gives you 5% more damage, and then you have this one here. You get 10% more damage after you use your daily. You get 0. And then you deal 10% more damage for 5 seconds after leaving stealth, right? So you'll leave stealth twice, so this is 20%. Then you have 10% here, and you have 5% here, right? And then you also have your 10% from Wicked Reminder, right? So I think in the last video I said Armor Break. Wicked Reminder. I just remember that now. Wicked Reminder, not Armor Break. And then so when you're doing it, right, so you can pop stealth twice, get a ton of damage output, and then obviously Oppressive Darkness for the extra 20 magnitude of that target. Campaign boons, it's all the same as all my other builds. It's just all the offensive ones. I just have Cultist, just in case we're doing anything against Cultists. Demonic, right? And then Undead. I don't think I have. There's anything really dinosaur-wise I really care about. Maybe obviously if they do add it in there and they give me 5 more boon slots, I'll put it in. Right, but everything else is kind of capped. Forte, recharge speed, bloodlust. Guild boons, awareness. Usually boss is always combat advantage, right? Damage to you, so either one. It's up to you. Power, utility, movement speed. But if you are dying, if you see yourself dying quite a bit in a boss fight, you can use more revive sickness just to help. You lose less damage, right, every kill, and then the overall time is lowered as well, so you can get that out. But usually boss fights are tiny unless you're endgame trials, and then you're running revive sickness, right, no matter what. If your guild has it. Summoned, I have Albert Cub, some other good options. I gotta upgrade this and then test it out. Icosahedron Ion Stone gives you power, combat advantage, crit strike. So it's definitely a great option, and it comes in the store, the Draconic Rage, right, campaign. So obviously, if you bought the premium pass, this is a compound. But if you didn't, you can just get it. It's free at the last one, right? For one character. So if you have one damage dealer, you can just put it on here, and then you just need to adjust your critical severity, right? So it would change a few things. But you can. I'm gonna once I 2 years from now is the trade bar sale. I'll upgrade it, and then I'll just adjust it from there. Obviously, the accuracy will go down. I'll see if it's even better, right, to keep it up and go from there. So if you want to do, this is because I don't buff anything. So like strikers are difficult to get higher stats when you're unbuffed, right? Because you're losing 7,500 of 3 stats, combat stats. So it's tough, right? You definitely can if you want to. You can use Pseudo Dragon, right? There's all different ones you can use. Like if the Yankee that's coming out is supposed to be insane, but there's Jagged Blades, there's all different ones, right? Aragon has a spreadsheet that you can take a look to see the top ones. But Pseudo Dragon's pretty cheap. You can buy it for trade bars in the old trade bar store or in the auction house, and it's fairly inexpensive. But I use Augment just because, one, I like to use Gladiator's Guiles just to move faster and buff me up, right? I feel more powerful, and I think it's honestly better in most situations for the rogue at least, right? But like I said, I will be testing out the striker build for endgame trials as well. Once we start doing more other than Dragon Hunts and Tiamat right now. I just have crit strike accuracy, and accuracy critical severity. Obviously, this can change, right, depending on the stats that you need. And I have potency, right, because I don't have Raptor or anything like that. And then this gives you 7.5%. This one may stay the same when I get the icosahedron leveled up, but it may change, right? So if you do have icosahedron, it's just adjusting, right, for what your stats. You want close to 90 for power, combat advantage for sure, and if you get up there for crit strike, crit severity, I think I'm like 75-ish, 80% without any buffs, so it's kind of nice, right, with this build. So I'm not wasting any expensive buff potions or anything like that. Neverwinter's Night. Minsk. If you don't have Minsk, it's there's one. Obviously, it's in the store right now. It's like for a compound Minsk. It's a very nice one for damage bosses. If you don't, another option is the Face Spider, crit strike, combat advantage. There's Red Slad's Presence for accuracy, crit severity. Right, these are all good options just to help you out and what you need. You can run Alpha Compy as well. I have Barbarian Shaman here. I think I need to, wherever Alpha Compy is, right here, I need to level it up. So I'll probably level this up as well, and then I'll probably pop this one in. But we'll see. It all depends. I'll try to get combat and power 90-ish with unbuffed and with this character. And then this loadout, right? Just so it's, no buffs. That's the idea, right? And then Alchemist Discipline. There's different ones you can use. There's Golden Cat. There's you can put Staldorf right in here as well. If you need Crit Strike, there's Black Dragon, Flame Sprite Insight, Driz, right? Wolfgar. They all stack to 4.7. Mystagogue, right? These are all good options. It all depends on your build, right? This is mine, so I adjust when necessary, when needed, right? Mounts, Current. For single target, I will run, where's the Toad? Another good option is Tunnel Vision, right? And stuff like this. Any of the big hitters, the 3000 magnitude. Or you want to debuff the group as well, you definitely can. But you want to, it all depends on the group, right? But usually top groups and stuff like this, you just want to run Tunnel Vision, or Toad, or the one, the Warhorse, whatever it's called, in that one event. I never got it. Dominant Force, there's also different ones you can run as well. Critical Severity, Encounter powers for the movement speed, stamina, and then Astral Diamond, doesn't really matter. For my colors, and I run Assassin, Artificial Persuasion, 2 Gladiator Guiles, so 2 Assassins, 2 Gladiator Guiles, and 1 Artificial Persuasion. This can adjust based on how you play, right? You can run 2 Artificial Persuasions, 3 Assassins, 3 Gladiators. There's ones that increases your stats 2,000 after you use a daily, right? Whatever it's called, that's a good one to use. I just don't have the one Insignia, right? There's Combat Maneuver. You can put in as well. Gives you 2,500 when you control an enemy, which we do as a rogue, which is nice. you can do that as well. If you want to striker warlords, right, and stuff like this. Where's the one? Trying to find it here. This one here, Cavalier's Warning, right? Whenever you activate a mount, it's mount combat power, you gain 2,000 to all your stats for 10 seconds, right? So everything's up by 2%. And then during the 10 seconds, you just throw everything off, and then you're good to go with that. So the exact same setup, everything's good to go. So you saw my stats in outer combat. See, like this, right? And then when I'm in combat, let's just get things tracked out here as fast as I can. So like that, like 86. Let's see if we can get some more, just in case they don't crack up. Do one more rotation. So 87-ish, right? 88.5, 78, 75, right? So you can adjust this as well. If I put on instead of Barbarian Shaman, if I do Icosahedron, maybe it'd be fine. I'll gain like 5%, 4.5% the power that I'm missing, and then I can run Triz, which I'll probably do actually. I'll probably run Triz, Icosahedron instead of Albert Cub, and then don't care about accuracy, I guess, not much. But it all depends. I'll probably do that, and I'll make a video in a couple of days once I get the Icosahedron leveled up, just so and compare the stats, right? If that one's better, awesome. It gives me saves me more AD, right? And I can spend it on other things like life scrolls and all that fun stuff when you're running in-game trials and all that, and dying and the dragon hunts and all that. So hope this helps out. I wanted to make this one just because buff potions and all this stuff, right, is expensive. It can be expensive, right? So this is kind of like what you can run. And obviously, if I'm running a certain like dragon hunts and stuff like this, I'll put on Dragon Slayer, right, and like Dragon Ward, wherever it is. Yeah, Dragon Ward. If I want to run Demon, I can put one of these ones. These are pretty cheap, right? You get them in the your guild stronghold, right? And you can buy those. And then these ones are expensive. Right now they're actually kind of cheap. They're actually really cheap. Devil's Precision, because of the new lockbox. So they're, instead of like 800 to a million, they're like 160 to like 180,000, right? So it is nice that they're not as expensive, because it's like you run out and then they go, no, I don't want to buy another one. And then obviously the events, right, are you can buy 7 of them, each one of those events that pops up. So it is nice. I have a lot of my shared bank, which is nice. And then, yeah, you just pop them in, and then, like, it's just, they're kind of cheap, right? Like the ones you get from the stronghold, you can use during things to help you out. Well, I hope this helps out, saves you some AD, gets you in the right path, right, of where you want your build. And if you have any questions, just let me know.